first, if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Angel's World. And I'm so glad that you're here. If you are a returning viewer, hey, what's up? How you doing? Okay, so let's just jump into it. So today is going to be, I don't know what category this is going to fall into, but if you know me, I cuss a lot, but I also pray a lot. So I don't pray, I don't play about my Bible and about God and things like that. So, you know, I may, cuss a lot and I make a lot of jokes and things like that, but I'm going to be in my Bible. That's two things I'm going to always be in my bag and in my Bible. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something that is kind of very personal to me. And so I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this with people. Okay, so I pray a lot, like I was saying. So I journal a lot and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I do and how I do it and things like that. So I write down my prayers, and I'm gonna delve into that a little bit. And I wanted to just show you guys different things. So give me 1 second, huh? Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys just a little bit about how I do my journaling and things like that. Okay, so first things first. So at the beginning of the month, so I'm just gonna say January for example. So the day before the end of the month, so let's just say the 30th or the 31st, you need to do what's called a reflection. So we would do, like I said, this is January, so I would do a December reflection. That just kind of goes over what happened inside of December, right? Okay, God, in this month I struggled with this. Thank you, God, for this blessing happened and things like that. And when you do that, you guys, I promise you, it'll kind of make you realize, oh, well, that month wasn't as bad as I thought, and so on and so forth. I'm just going to kind of randomly find one for you guys. So this is April reflection. I need to skim over this, because this is very personal. And I'm very transparent, but some stuff, I do like to keep to myself. Okay, so this is my April reflection. So, of course, May was coming up. So it starts off with, thank you, Lord. I know my child have went without during this quarantine. I have remained employed. I have got mental breaks and time off from work and much needed rest. April has not been a bad month. Outside of my grandpa passing, and then I just kind of go on to say how I don't really know how to deal with that. And I also list some. I ended a lot of relationships with people. I wrote down some names of some people who I ended relationships with. Some personal, some not. And just, things like that about why we ended. And oh wow, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. It's 4 people in here I listed inside of April that I cut off. No, 5. Wow, I cut off 5 people. By 5 people, I mean 5 men. No, I wasn't having sex with all 5, but I was dating all 5. Not at one time, but at one time or another. But I guess I must have had some type of interaction with them in April, because I cut them all off. And so that's good. So stuff like that. But that's not a good example. I want a better example of like a reflection. But that's pretty much is what it is. It just kind of goes over what happened. This is the one that I wanted to really show you guys about. But I'm trying to save this notebook for last. As you see, it's breaking down. This is the notebook. Now, I just did a video about suicide. This book, if I was to die today, this gonna be the #1 seller. When I tell you this got my life story of 2017 in it, everything I went through in 2017 is inside of this book. Because I did some praying inside of this book, and that's why it's so tore up, honey. Because I tore this little journal up. I'm telling you, you need to journal down your thoughts and because a lot of people don't know how to pray, and that's okay. One thing about me is I'm not going to try to make you out to be something that you're not, and God wants you to be genuine. If you don't know how to pray, that's okay. It doesn't have to be, Lord, Father, thou, I come to you, almighty, humble. You don't have to do all of that, okay? And if you don't know how, because I don't really know how to say all of that. And God, and your relationship with God is personal. How I pray may not be how you pray. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I talk to God as if I talk to anybody else, minus the cousin. God, let me tell, okay, God, you know that she was wrong. God, he get on my nerves. God, I just feel like whatever. And, you know, and it's personal, and it must be working how I talk to God because I'm blessed. So, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, pray how you, like, pray how you feel comfortable, because I heard this out of a devotional. The time that you spend trying to make your prayer professional, trying to sound like TD Jakes or Sarah Jakes or, Michael Todd, like the time that you spend trying to pray like those people, you missing the whole point. God doesn't want you to pray like those people. He just wants you to pray and talk to him. He just wants you to come to him and be honest. Just pray. And by just pray, I mean just open up your mouth and say, hey, God. And because he knows our hearts, he kind of knows what you're trying to get around to anyway. And also be honest, don't lie to God when you're praying, because he knows your thoughts in your heart anyway. So don't start off lying. Just go ahead and be honest inside of your prayer. So I have a lot of different things. Like I have this. When I was working at UAB, I call this girl my guardian angel. Her name is Shishi. So let's give a round of applause for Sheena. Sheena bought me my prayer devotional book. And it says, here it is. Angel Child to Sheena Walker, March 7, 2018. For I am the Lord your God, who upholds your right hand, who says to you, do not fear, I will help you. So thank you, Sheena, for this prayer book. And it just has a bunch of devotionals and things that I read day to day, like when I'm doing my Bible study. Thank God for praying friends. So this was a gift from a coworker. And then I bought this myself at Walmart. This has 365 prayers. So what you are supposed to do is each day you read this, and each day it has like a topic, and it has like a paragraph about it. Then at the bottom it kind of gives you like a question to go around. This type of stuff takes 10 minutes. It don't take long to do it all. Too blessed to be stressed. I bought this. Another devotional just kind of goes over just different topics and things like that you may be dealing with. Read those type of stuff to kind of get you out of your funk and things like that. This is my Bible. I got this Bible from Walmart, and look at that. As soon as you open it up, like you see all them little highlight marks, baby, I write all in my Bible. I don't have time to make my Bible look all pretty. Cause when I be in church, I like to highlight a lot. So it's not funny, but it is. But yeah, I just be all in mine, highlighting everything, and so then I can go back and study it. But what I like the most about this Bible is at the end of it, it has different topics. Like, can you guys see that? So it has different topics. So it has bitterness, doubt, depression, fear, frustration, weakness, worry, prayer, salvation, obedience, values, work, serving, materialism, priorities. Whatever you are dealing with, it's a Bible verse for it. And so what I like about this book, like some days I be like, ooh, I need to pray. I got this spirit over me. I don't really know what the spirit is, and I don't really know how to get it off of me. Okay, well, I just go to and this is this Bible. I don't know too many other Bibles that has this. Oh, look at this. Addictions, alcohol, disability, healthy living, infertility, accountability. Y'all, this Bible, I would recommend anybody and everybody to get this Bible, because it makes it so much easier for you to know what you're dealing with. So whatever emotion or whatever topic you're struggling with, you can come here and then it'll automatically give you the back it'll automatically give you a Bible verse for it. Anxiety. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Philippians 4:6. Psalms 94:18-19. God will support and console us. I mean, it has different Bible verses for each, thing that you're going with. Loss, grief. God comforts us and gives us rest. Psalms 23. So I love this Bible so much. Of course, like I said, I have this thing highlighted. So that you can go through with it, and it'll help you kind of find what you need the most. So now let's get into the whole purpose of this. So I write down my prayers, like I said. Be specific about them. So I'll write them down, and I kind of go back over them or whatever, right? So what started happening was I was writing down my prayers, and they started to come to life. At first I was like, oh, well, that's just kind of a coincidence, until it was like, no, that's not a coincidence. Like, this is actually happening. Vent session, confession, and prayer. So sometimes I just need to vent. Sometimes I need to confess some things. Sometimes I just need to pray. So I just, write down, like, this says September 28, 2018, 5:51 p.m. 5:51 p.m. I don't even know where I was or whatever, but apparently my heart was heavy. I just got my pen and I decided to write. So I'm going to go over some specifics.
That's good.
Okay. For example, it's no secret that I can't stand Chloe's biological dad. If he was to drop off the face of the earth now, I promise you no tear be dropped on this end. However, I know that's not the spiritual thing to do, and I also know it's a sin to wish bad upon people, even though some deserve it. But this is an example of just how I try. So even though I can't stand him, I do still pray for him. So one of my prayers said that, I pray for a change of heart, that he wants and desires to be a part of his daughter's life. I also pray, if he is not meant to be in her life, that you give me the strength to continue to be strong enough to do this on my own. Sometimes I think people just need to just kind of accept stuff like the way that they are, or whatever. Like, if the man ain't gonna be inside of her life, then he just ain't gonna be there. And that's a reality that I had to accept. But also, that's fine, God. I'm okay with him not being inside of her life. But if he's not going to be inside of her life, I just pray for strength that, I'll be strong enough to be a single mom until God sends me somebody, better. And I can say that prayer has been answered, because I've been a single mom until I met my boyfriend. And it was a hard, very, very hard battle. But, hey, it was answered. Okay. So here's an example of some of my prayers being met. So this is my prayer that I pray over my baby. I pray for total and complete healing over Chloe's eczema. I pray a medicine or a lotion or a miracle happens and my daughter becomes healed. I pray she never digs at her skin again. I pray for a healthy daughter. I speak healing over Chloe. I pray she never has another miserable night of her scratching from her eczema ever again. Let me see when I wrote this. So I don't know what month this was, but anyway, that prayer was answered June 15th, 2019. She got results from her medicine and she stopped itching. She At one point, her eczema was so bad that she used to scratch until she bled. But God answered those prayers. She got some medication and she stopped scratching that bad. I pray for a job with a closer commute to my apartment. I pray for a job that has good work hours, off on weekends and on holidays. I pray for a job with a very peaceful and loving environment. I pray for a job where everyone is team oriented. I pray for a job where everyone wants to help one another. So I am praying that a job pays me twice as much as my bills. May 7th, 2019, I got a job at BAO. So, very specific about the kind of job that I wanted, and I got it. But also, this is letting me know that I need to go back, because it was 1 month to where my entire book was lit up with my blessings. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so let's try this. I'm sorry. And like I said, I had to flip back and forth so much because, like I said, I was so in depth inside of this Bible. It has different type of Bible study challenges and things like that, so it's hard to kind of keep up with what all I had. Okay, so I pray for employment, better finances, and ability to maintain daycare, better finances, and support system. So I wrote this. So all of these prayers I wrote on August 1st at 1:40 p.m. So on August 27th, 2018, I got a job interview, and then on August 22nd, I got the conditional offer. In other words, I got a job. So I wrote down what kind of job I wanted and that I needed help with my finances and things like that. And that job, and I got a job offer on the 22nd. I prayed to be closer to my own apartment. I got a phone call, and this is when I was trying to move us out of some projects down here. Now, even though these prayers they didn't necessarily come to life, something was moving, because I was getting messages about how to get my power cut on and about what days I can move in and things like that. I was also in debt. I had a lot of tickets, and I was behind on bills and things like that. But here I have dates wrote down to where my tickets were paid off, my debt was paid off. I got my bills caught up. That August was a very, very blessed month for me. And just a bunch of those dates. And now I need to fast forward to maybe this one. So let's go over here. So this is 2019. So this is my 2020 Bible. This is my 2020 spiritual journal. Excuse me, I told y'all my pregnancy brain, I be having my thoughts all over the place or whatever, right? Okay, so let's get into this prayer, shall we? I pray for Chloe's biological dad. I pray you change his heart and mind to make him want to be involved in Chloe's life. I pray Chloe has a relationship with her siblings. She has siblings on her dad's side, but that's not my responsibility to be trying to play family negotiator. That's her dad's business. But even if she doesn't have a relationship with her dad, I would like for her to get to know her siblings. So that's why I pray that she does deserve to know her brothers and sisters. It won't be through me, but I also thank you for protecting me and Chloe from anything regarding him. No peace, no drama, no mess, no lies, confusion. My baby daddy got a really messy ass. Cause this is a spiritual video. Sorry, Lord. He got a very messy and drama-filled life, and I just thank God, like I said there, that you kept us from that. And if us not having a relationship with him means we get to keep peace and mess down, he can just stay where he at, because I don't have time for any of that. So I'm thankful for that. I pray you made me strong enough to do this on my own until you send me a dad for Chloe. Again, I always pray for strength. That's something that you really, really have to pray for, because strength isn't something that we get on our own all of the time. Like, if you can't do something by yourself, you need to be asking God to send you some help, because it be really hard. So this was June 29th. And what does it say, you guys? What does it say? Strong enough until you send a dad for Chloe. I pray you give me energy and strength to be active with Chloe. July 21st, 2020, DD. Like, y'all see that right there? Like, I see that highlighter right there. What is that? This sounds like an answered prayer to me. Now, July 21st, that's not when we met. That's when me and Didi became official boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh! What is this? Oh! Now, the highlighted areas are the areas where my prayers were answered. So what you need to do is, I guess I should have said this at the beginning. So when you write down your prayers, it's very important that you write down the day. So if today is January, babe, what's today? So you need, so for like today, you should write down January 20th, and then you write down your goals and your prayers. And so then when they are answered, you go back and you write down what day God answered them. Now, the things to this is, God don't answer stuff when we want to. That's not how he works. You know, God do his own thing. So it's important that you carry these prayers from month to month, because what I pray in this month may not apply next month. And if that's okay, you know, if it doesn't get answered that month, you just write that same prayer month to month until it's answered, and then it falls off or whatever. So that's how I do. And some of these prayers will never come off. For example, I pray for continued employment, and ability to maintain my bills, so on and so forth. That'll always forever and stay, because I always want to be employed. I pray for continued help from my support system. I pray Chloe has a strong support system. That prayer will always stay. I'm going to always need help with Chloe's. That prayer stays. So something like that. But anyway, I just kind of want to get into this prayer. I wrote this prayer down. They say that you need to be specific when you pray. So let's just get into this, shall we? I pray for true love, God-sent love. I pray I marry the man you have for me. I pray you prepare me for my husband, and I pray you prepare my husband for me. I pray that my husband has a love so strong for me and Chloe that we forget our bad nights and lonely days. I pray this man has a loving, caring, and supportive and protective family. I pray this family loves Chloe and me like their own. And what does that sound like, people? Well, if that doesn't sound like LaDamia Goree and Betty Fuller and their family, prayer answer. Now, I wrote this down June 29th, 2020, but I had been praying the same prayer inside of this book. This book goes all the way back to 2018. So that you just shouldn't give up, okay? Because I've been writing that same prayer down ever since 2018. Like, the fundamentals of it may have changed. It went from, where I prayed that Chloe Daddy get it together, until it went to fuck Chloe Daddy, and I just, pray that you just send me somebody else, and I pray that you give me somebody else who loves me and Chloe. And also, you need to pray for, like, whoever family that you're gonna be with too. And that prayer came true, because that is Didi and his family all the way. Like, they, even before I became pregnant with Didi's child, like, they were always just very caring of Chloe, and they took to Chloe very well. So you definitely need to be writing down these prayers and being specific. Don't just pray for the husband, pray for the family. Now, some people I know today on social media, people be trying to say, well, I don't care about the family. I do. Because think about how much time that you're going to spend with the family and holidays and things like that. And y'all may say y'all don't care, but I like family functions. And I don't nobody want to go to nobody's house on Christmas and nobody's talking to you. You may be okay with that, but I'm not. So, yeah. And if that ain't your thing, then, hey, weirdo. But I like families, and I won't put them to like me. I pray for Chloe's health. That's something that'll never stay. Now, when I say Chloe's health, for those of y'all who don't know my child, she doesn't have anything incredibly bad, but she does have minor health issues that are reoccurring. Her eczema is really, really bad, you guys, and her allergies and things like that. So I have to constantly keep my child in prayer because it seems like once I fix one thing, it's something else. So I said, let's see, I pray that her surgery goes well and all her teeth are capped and her cavities stop. She had really bad cavities at one point. I take responsibility for that as her parent. And I had to get her teeth capped. So she, like I said, I wrote this down June 29th, and she had surgery on July 29th. That prayer goes to God and also to my mom because she's the one that scheduled the appointment. Let's see. Oh, Lord, I pray you help change my situation as far as work. Lord, I am praying and claiming a new job, paying me money to pay my bills, and also extra activities. I pray you send me a job that is close to home and makes my life a lot easier over time. August 25th, I got my new job. And then also, August 25th, I had like the job interview. And then I put in my 1 month notice. In September 25th was my last job, and October 5th started my first job. So again, like I said, I wrote that prayer down June 29th, and then I ended up getting my job interview August 25th, and I ended up getting the job. Be specific. And so the thing about that, why I'm bringing that to the light, is the job that I prayed for, I got. The job is 30 miles, maybe 30, 35 miles closer to home. Great work hours, and it is a lot easier on me and my family. So again, hell, looking back on it, June was a very blessed month for me and my family too, because I had a lot of prayers answered. Just being honest, I pray you help me be able to afford Chloe's daycare. I always say that. I pray you help me be able to afford Chloe's daycare. It is now an extra bill. And I need assistance with it. I just hate daycare, to be honest. I just feel like, and this is my rant, that working people should get free daycare. People who sitting at home chilling on welfare, why do y'all need free daycare? Because you can't work and be on welfare at the same time. And if you do work, it has to be less than your welfare check. So you at home anyway, so what you need free daycare for? I'm sorry, I just would never ever get over that. Versus no matter who is working and I'm trying to make ends meet, I deserve free daycare so that money can go towards other bills. You on welfare, your bills already getting paid, and I don't give a damn who take that any kind of way. I said it. I just don't know who wrote that law, because no, that makes no sense. But anyway, that prayer was answered August 2020 because Dee took over Chloe's daycare. So, that seems to be pretty much about it. Just kind of a synopsis, a long 30-minute synopsis, of how I pray and how they seem to come to life. But yeah, that's definitely true though. Be very specific. I don't care if you want a little red wagon. You need to put what color it is inside of your prayer. Don't just say, God, I want a wagon. Make sure you tell him what color, what speed you want it to be, what kind of handlebars, so on and so forth, so that way he can provide for you. Excuse me. Also, when you pray, you need to pray for what you want, but also pray for God's will, because what we want may not be our will. As you see inside of my prayers, like, yes, I pray for Chloe's dad to have a relationship with her, but God knows things that we don't. And if he knows, yeah, you praying for that angel, but she is so much better off without him. That's why at the end of my prayer, I said, if he's not meant to be in her life, keep him from her, and also make me stronger. Like, you kind of have to understand things. You can't just want things to go your way all the time, because that's not the way God works. And like I said, she had siblings. If one of the baby mamas out there watching, I could just give a damn. But that's not my responsibility, and I'm not messy like that. I'm messy, but I'm messy within reason. I'm not about to go out and play Inspector Gadget and trying to set up no family reunion. That's his responsibility. But she's about to have a sibling now, so that's that. But I really hope this video helps you, and like I said, I strongly encourage you to write down your prayers. And they work so much. Like I said, this journal is falling apart. But look, pages coming all out of it. And I'm not lying, y'all. For real, if I die, I promise you, this journal is going to go viral. Because it's so much stuff in here that it is like all of the stuff I went through and things like that from that time, and all of my prayers I wrote down and things like that. It just kind of keeps up with what all I went through, and how I just kind of kept praying and praying and praying and praying until it ended up, coming to life. February 8th, 2019, Cardinal paid. Chloe's daycare is current. Chloe's daycare is current. My rent is paid. My payday loan is paid, and my phone bill is paid. I have $47 left for the next week, but it's going to be okay. Think positive. God, I thank you. Matthew chapter 6, tomorrow will worry about itself. Even then, I paid all my bills, but guess what? I had prayed that prayer inside of an earlier prayer. God, I need money. I need a job that's going to pay all my bills. Because if you watch my suicide video, I was so upset because at one point I didn't have enough money to cover all of my bills. But now all of my bills are paid. I may have $47 left, but guess what? It is okay. I would much rather have $47 left to my name than to have $47 left and I still got 6-7 bills to pay. And I think when you learn how to look at things like that, it'll make you more grateful for stuff. Like, yeah, I got to make it to the next pay period, but you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. And God has a Bible verse in there that says you don't need to be worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. You need to focus on today, pray for today, worry about today, and tomorrow will worry about itself. And also, that kind of helps you loosen up some stress too. That's easier said than done, because it's so easy to worry about, like, okay, well, how am I going to get to work tomorrow? How am I going to eat tomorrow? But you just got to focus on today, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed anyway. But it's just a lot of stuff in here that I wrote down, and it all kind of came to life. And now, that was in February 2019, and here it is 2021, and I have more than enough money to take me when I get paid, unless it's rent paycheck. But when I get paid, I pretty much kind of have enough to kind of bridge me over until my next pay period. And again, that's what my current prayer is. I pray for the ability to pay for my bills, and also enough money to, because at one point that kind of get old too. I'm going to be honest. Like, yeah, God, I thank you for having the ability to pay my bills, but I would like to eat an ice cream cone. I would like to, be able to go out and get a pizza. Like, it's nice that my bills are paid, God, but, I would also like to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I work and I have nothing to show for it too. And now those prayers are being answered. So, you just have to really, really be honest about some stuff. And like I said, I was dealing with a lot of relationships. I wrote that down in here too. God, ooh, Lord have mercy. It's crazy. Oh, I got a prayer list in here. Yeah. So I'm not going to name the individuals, but it was some people, right? It's some people I know, and they had some issues with, with child caring and things like that or whatever. And it wasn't nothing big or nothing. What I did, I didn't do much, I just, wrote down, some prayers for them. God, I pray that you bless their wounds. I pray that you, help them carry, a full and healthy day with time. And don't you know that 2 healthy babies were born? And again, like I said, I'm not God at all. So I'm not trying to take credit for that at all. But it's just amazing how when you write down stuff and then, stuff comes to happen, you just be like, oh, yay! Like so excited about that. So I'm really happy, like about that. So that, so that came to be. Let's see what else is in here. It's some good stuff in here. Y'all always gotta give thanks. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me, even when I don't see how I'm going to make it. You always make a way for me. See, like you see why I tell you don't worry about tomorrow, cause God gonna take care of you. Money just be coming out of nowhere. And then this is back pre-COVID when I was going to church, and I was writing down my notes in church. Yeah, and then you just have to be honest. Hey God, this is my summary of April. I survived the month of April, and you made a way for us to go without. I made a lot of stupid mistakes in April. Then I just go on to name my mistakes, child. There ain't no need to get into that. Good. But like I said, you just have to be honest. God already be knowing the stupid stuff we be doing anyway. Okay, so this is just saying how I was dealing with some money issues and I had so much stuff to do. So it's saying how God, I was frustrated, I was sad, and I was depressed, and I was worried, and I got down because I did not know how I was going to be able to do all of these things. And then it just goes on to say that but then it just goes on to say, oh yeah, I needed an oil change, and all of this stuff was happening inside of 1 week. So in the beginning of the week was awful, but then by the end of the week, I came into some unexpected money. My dad took care of a lot of my financial issues for me, and then plus unexpected money from other places, and I ended up getting 2 job interviews that week, and things just started to turn around for me. And I was like, thank you for always making a way, even when I don't see it happening. It's already getting better. And then it just goes on to say, and then this was May 6th when I was telling God how frustrated I was. But then over here on May 8th it says, thank you so much, God, for blessing me with a new job, making X amount of money, etc., etc., etc. And I think if you write down this stuff and if you journal it while it's happening, I haven't been documenting my life as much as I did back then, but it just kind of gives you more hope, because it's like, okay, if you go back and look at these times, like, okay, I didn't know how I was going to make it, but then literally 2-3 days later, I'm in my journal writing down, God made a way. So you really should write down your prayers and your thoughts, man, because God be looking out, like he be helping you. Like he be helping you a lot. So that was my little I don't know what this is going to be called. This may fall under motivation, but I strongly encourage you to write down your prayers. Be specific about what you want, and then whenever God answers them, you just should come back and you should write down the day that God answers your prayers, and watch him work for you, because he be showing out when he show up, he show out. So I hope this helps somebody. But yeah, that's just the end of my motivational thing for today. So thank you for watching my video. Peace. Yeah.